and welcome to our LakePoint Kids online family experience. I'm Ms. Rachel and I'm happy you've stopped by. I hope you all had a fabulous Christmas, New Year celebration, and break from school. But tomorrow it's back to your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. So I thought it might be beneficial if I helped you get ready for school. You can thank me later. All right, you'll need to grab a paper and a pen, or if you're here on site with us, pull out your chalkboard and some chalk. Now, we are going to discover our new theme of the month. Now, there are 9 letters in this word, so make 9 spaces on your paper or a chalkboard. Good. Now, here are some clues to help you spell out our word. Now, for the first spot, I want you to write down the letter that the word kite starts with. What did you write down? Hopefully a letter K. All right, the next one. Now, which continent do we live on? Is it North America or South America? If you think it's North America, then write down the letter N. If you think South America, then write down the letter S. Well, the answer is North America, so you should have written an N down. All right, next one. Write down the 4th vowel in the alphabet. What did you write down? Hopefully you know. Next one. Write down the 22nd letter of the alphabet. I'll give you a minute to count. What did you end up with? Well, hopefully a W. Next one. What is the name of the animal on our $1 coin? If it's a loon, write down the letter L. If it's a duck, write down the letter D. The name of the coin should have given you a hint. It's a loonie, which means there's a loon on it. You should have an L written down. Next one. We live near the most southern Great Lake in all of Canada. Which lake is it? Lake Erie or Lake Superior? Write down an E if you think it's Erie or an S if you think it's Superior. Heary, it's Lake Erie. You'll need the letter E. Next one. Write down the 5th letter in the alphabet. That wasn't too hard. It was the letter D. Next one. Write down the last letter in the word smiling, ring, and egg. Goodness gracious, what could it be but the letter G? All right, last one. We've already used this letter on our word. It was the 6th letter we wrote down. What was it? The letter E, you're right. And what does that spell? Knowledge. Now, knowledge is a bit of a big word, so let's figure out what it means. Knowledge is learning something new so you can be better at whatever you do. I'll count to 3 and then we'll say it together. 1, 2, 3. Knowledge is learning something new so you can be better at whatever you do. Now, you might be thinking this is more of a school word than a church word, but it's actually both. It's important to work at growing in knowledge in all areas of your life. God gave us a brain to learn and understand, and that can help you love and trust God more and love and serve others well. Check out what it says in the Bible in the book of Proverbs. The Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from his mouth. Proverbs 2, verse 6, nerve. Knowledge is very important. It's so important it made it into the Bible. It's something God wants you to have. All right, if you're at home, press pause and try saying our verse while doing soccer kicks, scissor jumps, and twirling around like a ballerina. If you're with us at LakePoint on site, then turn your attention to the stage. So knowledge, what is it again? Well, knowledge is learning something new so you can be better at whatever you do. And our bottom line, or our focus point of today is, knowing God is the most important thing. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Knowing God is the most important thing. You know who knows God? Our friends from the So-and-So Show. Let's see what they have to say today.
Welcome to the So-and-So Show. I'm Brandon, that's Steven.
And today we're brought to you by the letter N, because it's always good to learn some knowledge.
You do know that starts with a K, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Today, we're brought to you by the letter K, used in words like cabinet, caboose, Colorado, and clock.
Those start with C.
Right, but clock ends with a K, right?
That's right.
Words like clock.
Okay. Hey, that reminds me, did you ever learn how to set that new alarm clock I got you for Christmas?
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Nah, no idea.
Oh. You sure you don't want to, look it up or ask someone for help?
I'll figure it out.
You can just ask someone. It wouldn't be that hard to do that.
I'm good.
All right, there's no shame in asking.
I got it!
Moving on. Please welcome someone who knows stuff.
Hey guys!
Hey! So pumped to have you back on the show.
Thanks,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, for those of them who may have missed you before, tell us who you are and what you know.
Okay, my name's Mishka, and I am now a 22-time robotics champion and a maker/inventor. I love taking things apart to see how they work and then putting them back together.
Hey, Steven, you know what you could ask her about?
I know what you're getting at, but I'm gonna figure it out myself.
Figure what out?
Nothing! So what have you been working on?
Well, I have a device that automatically makes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Really? That's amazing, and I am so hungry.
But for some reason, it keeps setting the sandwiches on fire.
Oh, I'm not that hungry.
I've also been working on a system that trains squirrels to carry your mail to and from your mailbox.
Wow.
But right now, the squirrels just take the mail and hide it in the trees.
Oh. Well, it's good that you're always trying to learn how to do new things.
Of course, I try and learn one new thing every day. It could be simple or it could be really complex. The key is keep trying and never be afraid to ask for help.
Ask for help? Really?
Oh, what's in the box?
Oh, I almost forgot. It's something I've been working on for a while. They've actually started selling them in stores.
What is it?
I call it the Robotic Rise and Shiner.
Oh, this is incredible!
Thank you.
No, I mean, yes, this is incredible, but the thing is, we actually, you want to tell her
No,
about...
no.
No, see, I actually got
Wait, I'm
Steven.
sorry. What is going on? Einstein, Bose, Newton, Curry, MacGyver.
See what you've done, Steven?
Einstein, Bose.
You know she only says her favorite physicist when she's starting to feel anxious.
No, okay, I didn't, I wasn't, I'm sorry, I didn't, I wasn't trying to upset you.
Are you making fun of my invention?
No, it's just,
You got one? Oh my gosh. Do you like it? Wait, why didn't you tell me? Do you hate it? Did it not work? Is it a complete failure? Einstein, Bose, Newton, Curry, MacGyver.
No,
Einstein, Bose, Newton,
it's
Curry,
okay. It's just, I actually just haven't figured out how to even turn it on.
What? Were the instructions not clear?
I kind of threw those away. I wanted to figure it out myself, which I couldn't do, so now it just kind of sits here.
But why didn't you just ask me for help?
Because I was embarrassed that I didn't know how to turn on an alarm clock.
What? Do you know how many things I don't know how to do?
No.
I had to read instructions on how to use my toothbrush. And it's not even electric.
What?
Yes. I mean, how are you supposed to know something if you haven't learned it yet? Even the smartest people in the world are trying to learn new things.
Yeah, that's why they're the smartest people in the world.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to show you how to start it?
Yeah.
Okay. You just push this button.
Push that one.
And hold down
Hold
this
that.
one. And then you turn this
Oh,
one
and
like
then you
this. Boom. That's it.
Hello, I am RRS, Robot Rise and Shiner, or REES for short. Just tell me what time you would like to wake up, and I will make sure you are awake. Would you like to hear my alarm?
Yes, and make it loud.
No! You have to be very specific with it. I'll send you over some new instructions.
Don't bother. I don't need them. I've got this. Do this, do this, do this. There.
Self-destruct mode. This robot will implode in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, could I maybe get those instructions, please?
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
It's Bible story time with Kellen!
We're not about to explode, are we? Or implode, which may be worse.
You heard that, huh?
Oh, I'm pretty sure the whole neighborhood did. But it sounds like you're ready to accept some help now.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to learn something new.
Ooh-wee! That is music to my ears. Well, today's story is all about searching for knowledge.
Sounds perfect. Hit us up.
This story is about when Jesus, as a kid, went looking to learn more. Our story starts when Jesus was around 12 years old. Every year, Jesus, his mom and dad, Joseph and Mary, and most of his family would make a trip from Nazareth to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. It was about a 4 or 5 day trip to get there. They would stay for about a week and then they would travel 4 or 5 more days back.
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
Are we there yet? Not yet.
It was a long trip, but it was an important one for their family and for all Jewish families. The Passover festival was a time to celebrate and remember when God rescued their people from slavery in Egypt. So, I'm sure when they arrived in Jerusalem, they were very, very excited.
Yahoo! We're here!
First, we'll need to prepare for all the festivities. Then we'll have the feast.
Yes! Roast lamb!
A day after the big feast, Mary and Joseph and their extended family loaded up for their journey back home.
I keep thinking we forgot something. Are we forgetting something?
I can't think of anything.
Something important.
Now, I'll have to give Mary and Joseph some slack here because it was a big caravan of family members and everyone just assumed that everyone was there and was accounted for. But when they stopped for the night, they came to a frightening conclusion. They had left Jesus back in Jerusalem, a full day's journey from where they were.
Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no.
He's all alone and scared. We have to find him.
I can't imagine what that must have been like. Losing your child in a store, well, that's one thing. But leaving them in a city by themselves for almost 2 days had to be unimaginable. But they finally made it back to Jerusalem. The problem was, it was like finding a needle in a haystack. They had no idea where Jesus might be.
Jesus! Anybody see a 12-year-old boy? Jesus! Anybody? Excuse me, sir.
Who, me?
Yes, have you seen our son? He's 12 years old.
No, I'm sorry. I haven't seen him.
What are we going to do? We've looked everywhere.
Well, they hadn't looked everywhere. They decided to try the temple. Now, they knew it was a long shot because a kid would not be allowed to wander around with the teachers and the scholars. But they had to make sure.
Oh.
When they got to the temple, they found Jesus sitting with the teachers, listening to them and asking questions. Now, we don't know exactly what they were talking about or what Jesus said to the teachers, but the writer, Luke, he wrote, "Everyone who heard him was amazed at how much he understood. They also were amazed at his answers." Mary and Joseph were amazed too, and probably relieved, and maybe a little bit frustrated.
We've been looking everywhere for you.
Your father and I have been so worried.
Why were you looking for me? Didn't you know I would be in my father's house?
What?
Mary and Joseph didn't understand what Jesus meant by that. When we read it today, we know the Father Jesus was talking about was God. And one reason that Jesus was in his Father's house was to ask questions and to learn. And guess what? It worked. Because as Luke wrote, Jesus became wiser and stronger. He also became more and more pleasing to God and to people. The end. What'd you think, fellas?
It's wild to think about Jesus searching for wisdom and knowledge. Because he's Jesus. Doesn't he already have that?
But that's the point. Those who sit around and think they're smart usually aren't. It's those who are constantly looking for God's wisdom. They're the wise ones.
Now that is a boom if I've ever heard one.
It is. So I'm going to leave that right there. Until next time.
Thanks, Kellen. See ya. You know what? Now I feel kind of silly about the alarm clock. I mean, if Jesus himself was looking to learn new things, why would I be afraid to?
Well, sometimes we do feel embarrassed when we don't know something, but we shouldn't.
Yeah, I guess as long as you're looking and trying to figure out what God wants for your life, you'll be okay.
Exactly. And I think that leads perfectly to
Reveal the question.
How do you know God?
Yeah, I guess that's what we've been talking about. If you search for God and for what God wants in your life, you'll probably know God better.
Yeah, and you can do that by reading the Bible and talking with others who believe in God.
Yeah, and asking questions. I wouldn't have known how to work my alarm clock if I hadn't asked Mishka.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have known that awesome Bible story about Jesus if we hadn't talked to Kellen.
Yeah, I think we've learned a lot today.
I concur.
Concur. Another K word.
Nope.
Concur. Do you hear it?
Yeah.
It's two K's. That's why. Concur. Concave. Concur.
All right, we'll see you next week for a brand new show. Next week.
But that is a C. I don't have a C, I just have an N and a K.
You should really go to school.
Learning about God can seem just like one more thing to check off the list sometimes, but discovering God is so much more. I mean, he's the creator of the entire universe, yet he wants to have a relationship with you. When you read the Bible or memorize a verse, God can speak to you through those words. You can also learn about God by talking to other people who follow God or by reading things that they've written. You know, you can start small. Start with just one verse, reading it every day for a week. Think about what that verse means and pray and ask God for wisdom. Or ask an adult to help you pick out a devotional book and read it every day with your parent. That can help you discover even more. The more you learn about God and the more you start to know God, the more you want to discover. He's just so big. There's no end to what you can learn and know about him. The more you know him, the greater confidence and faith in him you'll have. So remember, knowing God is the most important thing. It's time to bring it home now with a small group time, so along with your parent, listen to today's instructions. First, talk about 5 things you know to be true about God. How did you learn those things? And how can you learn more things that are true about God? Discuss something you can do this coming week to learn more about who God is and how he loves you. Now press pause, complete the activity, and then come back to the second set of instructions. Next, rewind the video until you see your memory verse. Practice reading it while balancing a book on your head. Each time you say the verse, add another book. Want an extra hard challenge? Try walking around the room as you say the verse with the books on your head. Parents, now's the time to either scan the QR code on the screen or head over to LakePoint app to fill out our online connection card. Signing our guest book lets us know who is watching and helps us stay connected to you. It also allows you to sign up for our latest LakePoint initiatives and opportunities. So kids, while your parents do that, why don't you get those books ready for our activity? Just a reminder that you can go back and watch your favorite LakePoint Kids online family experiences on our YouTube channel or on our LakePoint app in the Family Resources section. Thanks for tuning in today, friends. I'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Remember, knowing God is the most important thing.